Alright, here we go. This is kind of the video that I've been holding out on because I really need to experience this dual screen to see if it answers the question in all of our heads. Is this the answer to Nissan and not having Apple CarPlay or a decent stereo? I'll take you through it. Alright. Here we go. I'm holding the GoPro at the same time here, so we'll try and do a split screen kind of thing. Ha, pun there. Let's start the car. Alright, the screen is going to turn on. I guess having a look at the, as it's thinking about itself, having a look at the, I guess, quality of the screen and how it looks. It's the one I got wasn't the wood grain, it's a slightly different sort of charcoal marble sort of thing. You can see how the screen boots up here. I must admit, all the buttons feel good quality. They're like tactile to touch. Can't complain about any of the buttons. This is a new piece. It's not like reusing the old one. And that all looks good. Screen quality seems pretty good. Maybe a fraction dim. But the way I'm going to structure this video is, if you are looking to buy one of these, I'm going to show you all the great parts. If you are looking to, you've already bought it and you're trying to work out how to use it, that sort of thing, I'm going to put some of that stuff towards the back of the video. But I want to talk about who you buy this from, because that's very important too. So when you buy one of these screens, they're not perfect. And you kind of, if you're going to put your money on the table with this, be prepared to roll with the punches a bit, because there is things and bugs and stuff that you have to work with, whoever you're buying it from, to resolve. I'll go through them later in the video. So and it's almost like picking a family doctor, to be honest. Like, you've got to have someone that is accessible. Like, this is the person you're going to buy it from. You need to be able to like message them, you know, when you're playing with it, to be able to fix it. You've got to make sure that, you know, you get along with them well, because you're going to be asking them lots of questions. The amount of support required post-sale is enormous with this screen. And that's why I sort of posed the title of this video the way I did. It actually creates more questions than answers, because there is so much you can do with these dual screens that we haven't thought about before in a car. And therefore there's a whole heap of like programming and setting up and preferences that need to be sorted out to get it to work half decently. You don't just like, you know, plug and play. I must admit, I was an early adopter of this screen. So like, mine didn't come with instructions on how to put it in, and I'm not blaming the people I got it from for that. I was like one of the first people to get it. So I had to work out which looms to use, which cords to get the headrest and the back working, all that sort of thing. And a lot of the, you know, because they got the screen the same time as me, like, they were learning too. So essentially, yeah, before you buy one of these from wherever you're going to buy it from, make sure that you are confident that you're going to get the post-sale support, because you're going to need a lot. All right, back to the screen. Love the look of it. Love it. The way it boots up, I can program it to have my car there. The dual screen looks so much better, because the old Nissan screen looked a bit archaic. I can still get to things quickly, so if I want to get to the climate control, it's quick. If I want to get to the rear controls, it's pretty quick how to go between front and back and all that sort of thing. So its functionality is good. Menus, so basically you end up having two menus. You press the menus button once and you get like their I don't know, most common used things. You press the menu button again, and this is where you can have extra apps, so to speak. The whole system is Android based. So as in, like, the way you're looking at it right now, Android bottom, Android top. If I connect my phone, and I've put a little USB cable down the side here, up here, can I connect my phone into it? Let's see what happens. I'm recording me up the top. Once you've done that, you can press this Z-Link button, and that's how you end up getting like the Apple CarPlay. So that takes a moment to think about itself. It's not too bad, to be honest, but it's all right. So we'll go back down the bottom, and oh, how can I do this without a little cord in the way? So the cool things, like if I want to go to maps, because we all know Nissan maps are useless, I can go to my Nissan maps down here. Here we go, Google Maps. I can start having a look at what's going on here. It doesn't matter whether I'm online or offline. Once it downloads the map for the first time, it's great. And then say if I want to move that map up to here, I can. So you can go back to home. So we're back to Android now, and now I've moved the map from there to there. Like, super cool. Same as like all the other apps you could think of. Pretty much any app that you can get on your phone, you can get on this Android screen as well through the Play Store. So I'm going to boot up YouTube, and for whatever reason I feel like I need to move my YouTube to the top screen, and I do this occasionally, and you shouldn't, but you can do this whilst the car's moving as well. So I can move YouTube up here, because maybe down here now I want to go and do something else, like look at some maps. HEMA maps, for example. Big fan of having two maps running at the same time, so I can look at HEMA down here for, say, like a scaled out view, say if I'm on the road, and I can have a look at, you know, an up close map for driving around, a navigation at the top using my Google Maps. When I'm off road, I do it in reverse. I have my HEMA down here close up, and you've got all the same sort of maps. It's $99 to buy the app on here, but then I can zoom out at the top to see, you know, where I am in the world. So love the maps. And like I was saying, you can get almost any app you want on here. You just sort of go hunting in the Play Store. I can have Facebook running, Facebook Messenger. What other apps have I been using here? There's the Messenger one. Google. You can even load your emails up. We use Microsoft Teams a bit in our work, so I've got Teams going. So if someone in my team messages me, I can see it pop up here, which is fantastic. I love it as I'm driving around. I should also make a comment on digital radio. So if I want to go and listen to, say, Fresh FM, here we go. I can log into that. This is an Adelaide sort of, I don't know, techno radio station, I suppose, but you've got digital radio now going through your Wi-Fi from tethered with your phone, or if you I'm at work at the moment. So, and I like that idea because I want to put emu wings in the back of this car to line up with a whole heap of other things. The antenna for emu wings for the Nissan stereo is in the rear quarter glass, so I'm going to lose that function. So I'm going to need digital radio. Play that. There we go. It's loading radio, and so I've got better quality. I've got better quality radio by going to all the digital stations. Same with audio. If I go down here to audio, oh, there we go. It's trying to disconnect to my car for some reason. Why aren't you working? You've got an equalizer, that's what I was trying to find. And there's all these defaults for the equalizer to make it sound good. I put it on this probably jazz or pop one that seems to work pretty good. Or you can move them all individually, do all sorts of things. So as you can see, there's a lot that you can do on this screen. Now, if we get into some of the settings, and they are deep. Actually, I want to touch on car info first. So all your normal car info stuff's there. For example, you can go to your TPMS sensors, but I found, like, compared to the Nissan one, they're a live thing, so it updates as you're inflating the tyre. This doesn't. You've got to go out and come back in to see what's going on with it. But everything's there. All the normal stuff that you could get on the Nissan stereo is in this area, and more. So I'm going to zoom in a bit now, because this is where the settings, and this is where you need help to work out what you need to turn off and turn on, and there's a plethora of options that you can do. More than you can actually do in the Nissan stereo. You've got more functionality over the car than what Nissan allows, which is kind of interesting. There's so many. If you want the screen to go blank at any time, you can do that, it will go blank. And if you want to look at, like, windows, unless you've got fat fingers, I can see the other things that I've been looking at, and can go back to one of them, like a menu. Like, all of that is really cool, and now I've had, I don't know, a month or so to learn how to use this. I've done a few trips. I love the functionality of it. Now, I'm going to talk, I think I need to talk about this, but there are some limitations too. So one of them, I really wanted to see my DCS batteries live. So I've downloaded the app, and I've got a lithium start battery, a lithium slimline in the back. I would have loved to have seen that come up here so I can monitor it, but it doesn't. So as a test, I'm going to go and get a lithium battery and put it right next to the stereo to see if it's just like a bandwidth, Wi-Fi, Bluetoothy problem, that it's just the battery's too far away, or the unit isn't strong enough to be able to pick it up when it resides in the engine bay. Pause. Alright, here we go. I put a lithium battery right there next to it. Oh, there you go. When someone sends you a message, it pops up here. So Matt's sent me a message through Messenger. So that's kind of cool, and the Teams messages pop up down here as they go, and you can have alerts for emails as well if you so choose. But let's see if I can refresh this. There we go. Can I see this battery? It's like right next to it. This should work. No, it's the first time I've done this too. No, so it's not going to work, annoyingly. So there are some limitations. Initially, when this was sent to me, I wasn't sent the TIL kit. So if you order one for a TIL, make sure you get that, because that's how you liven up the headrest at the back. I haven't been able to get that to work yet. I've seen others do it, so I think it's something I'm doing, not the actual system. But there is, like, again, little limitations. It's not perfect. Like the radio, for some reason, doesn't pick up channels as good as the Nissan radio did. Still picks them up fine, but I know when I leave Adelaide on trip going through Mount Barker, there's a certain area where it started to get scratchy with the Nissan system. This does it much earlier, but I've got digital radio, so you know that isn't actually a big deal. The cameras, let's I press the button one more time, so we're on start. So all your sonar and everything works exactly the same, but yeah, here we go. I mean, this happens occasionally, like it just loses the signal for the cameras. I'll put it in reverse and see if it wakes up. Nah, it hasn't. Okay, you know, that's been a bit of an intermittent thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and today it's not working. Sometimes it comes up, get rid of this, sometimes it comes up on both screens, like it's got a little bit of a mind of its own. And yeah, there are some little bugs. There's a new software or firmware update coming out which is supposed to fix all of this, and I think also fix some things with the sensors too, because I must admit, when you're full driving, the sensors go off, it drives you batty. And I found out how to turn the rear ones off. I found the menu where to turn them off in the system for the front as well when you're off-road, but it doesn't save. And it, yeah, just like the beeping, I swear I'm going to put a sledgehammer through the little beeper that's down here by my left knee. So this, and when you're an early adopter of these sort of new screens, this is going to happen. It's just the way it is, and they'll get better and better and better as time goes on. But as of February 2022, this is kind of how the system works. So we'll keep playing around here. We're getting into a bit of the detail now. So if I want Spotify to work, I can do it two ways. I can do it through the Android screen and go and find Spotify, and it's in alphabetical order. I just don't know my iPad. So there's Spotify here, so I could do it there. Or I could go through Apple CarPlay and do it at the top, and Spotify's come up straight away as well. So you've got all your normal Apple CarPlays. So we're looking at a loan car for 4x4 DNA at the moment, and then it's an MG. It's like the cheapest, best looking car that you can get, and they're a bit gutless, but it's a loan car, it doesn't matter. That comes for 22 grand, with Apple CarPlay, which is like very punchy, quick, brilliant, fast screen. You know, you get a whole car and Apple CarPlay for 22 grand. you know, for just under 10% of that price, you just get Apple CarPlay for the Patrol, and it's not as snappy, I must admit. Like, it's okay. It's about as good as my wife's 2016 Hyundai Apple CarPlay, but, you know, it's not quite as snappy as other ones out in the market in 2022. And all your normal Apple stuff's there. I probably don't need to go through the Apple because it's all there. What else can we have a look at? Phone system, we should talk about that. Phone system and GPS, actually. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the GPS. There's other videos out here on YouTube showing how to install this screen, and they put the they say it's so easy to install. You plug and play, basically. It's not that easy. It took me ages to work it out. I've had this screen in and out 15 times to get it all wired up right. I didn't have to solder anything. It's just there's multiple plugs because there's various series of Patrols and they're all different. They say, and they give you a GPS antenna, and they say you can like hide it up in the dash up here. I've tried everywhere. I can't work out a good place for it to sit on the dash. The only place I've worked out to get it to work, and sorry if it's a bit sloppy, but I was just testing and putting there. If I put the GPS antenna over there, it works pretty good. Not as quick as the Nissan antenna, like GPS antenna. That's like instant pretty much. This takes 30 seconds and it finds you. Hands-free kit. If you just plug it in, plug and play, the hands-free kit is, I'd say, unusable. It sounds muffled for people listening to you, and yeah, I just use my AirPods. I went and bought a lapel microphone and positioned it up here, but of course lapel microphones are supposed to go really close to you, and that's too far away and it doesn't work. There's there's other types of microphones for this purpose, and I should probably go and buy one of them, or even try and tap into the microphone up here, but that will be some cutting and soldering and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to that effort. I don't spend much time in the car, and when I am in the car I don't talk much these days anyway, so it's not really a big deal for me. Let's see what other features we've got. Okay, as I'm looking through here, I'm going to talk. Like I was saying, there's a lot of post-sale support for these screens, and you need that from the person you bought them from, and you paid them good money to give you that support. I'm doing this video for you guys for free. I love you all, but don't ask me all the questions, because I don't have like the time on Facebook Messenger or anywhere else to like go through this. Go and ask the person that you're either going to buy it from or have bought it from, because like there's so many questions that come up after installing one of these, and I'm not your guy. I just don't have time, and I apologize, but hopefully you get what I'm saying there. Alright, if I wanted to download an app, it's easy. It's really easy. Go to your Play Store, search for an app. I don't know. I don't want to try that. Go away. Not now. And you can download movies. You can do all sorts of stuff. Let's have a look. I'm been into South Park a bit. I've gone back and rewatching them all lately on YouTube. But if I wanted to go and download this stuff, I can. It's got a hard drive in there. I don't watch a lot of movies because everything's on YouTube. So I can set it up so I can run YouTube here, and the kids can watch it. And once I work it out, you can mirror it to the back screens. I know it can be done. I just haven't. Must admit, I've ran out of time to go and chase that down, but that can be done too. So that's easy. What else is there? Facebook, I guess, because thinks it's a Android, tablet or something. There's some things that it gets a bit confused on and doesn't display fantastically. So if I go to Facebook, like, yeah, it's there. Oh, I didn't want to have to do all that. There's been a few times I've pulled the battery to reset it, and then you've got to go and like configure it all again. That's why it's asking me for my password. We'll try Messenger, because that's something I do use a bit. There we go. Here you go. So I've got all my messages. I won't show you all of them. I don't know if there's any sensitive stuff there, but you don't get to see like it exactly the same as you're used to seeing Messenger. It's like very small. What is cool is when I go on a trip and I do share my location, and everyone's coming together from Victoria and South Australia and different spots, and we can see everyone like come and group into the one place on the screen, so I don't have to bug Sharon or illegally touch my phone. That is awesome. Next, extra cameras. So on the screen at the top here, you've got your normal, you know, all-around camera, but you've got extra cameras. So that's going to be blank because I think it's having a hissy fit. But there's extra auxiliary points. So you could put in like your caravan camera, for example, and press, I think, this button up here. Get the top menu to go away. And you can have your caravan camera come up at the same time. That is super cool. You just have to wire it in. Get rid of that. It's like this secret menu up top. That's what it would be if you wanted your other camera, and you could flick it to your caravan camera if you so chose. Alright, kind of last little tip, and then I'm going to summarize this. There are some apps you can download, like there was a weather app that I downloaded, and it actually changes the whole like way the screen operates. So just be careful with some of the apps that like will change your home screen, because that nice sort of functionality that you got to get to something like disappears, because it thinks you're on a big tablet or computer and all the icons go tiny. So just be careful about some of the apps you put on. And I guess, yeah, summarizing this, like it's great, like it's really good. You just have to roll with the punches, and you will be talking to whoever you bought it from a lot to just help set it up for you. But once it's set up and you learn how to do it, like it's great, and it looks so much better. Everyone comments when they see this screen. So, and the biggest point I want to take home, I don't sell this screen. I'm not going to sell this screen, so don't ask me about it. I just wanted to show you my experience on this YouTube video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I do these videos all the time. I'm going to like say it because I think some of you, I need to tell you to go and like and subscribe, because I bump into people at work all the time. I watch all your videos. Are you a subscriber? No? Oh, would you mind going and pressing that subscribe button? So go do that now for me, and I'll thank you. And I'll see you quite likely next week on YouTube. Yeah.